All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. I'm too on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift. I'm a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line.
Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Wentz now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. It's complete to Golden Tate, as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Shorty. Black. 82.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room at the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
Hey, let's go. Trick foot. 380.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. He'll buy some time right. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that...
And take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Rob Kelly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
DeJuan Smoot with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Oh, wide open, complete. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Golden Tate with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Shifts by him, and all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Mike Bennett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Flush to his right, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Sunday. Mike 39, Lucy. 11.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles going for the deep ball. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Trolls the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll begin the drive with Sproles. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out.
Hang in there now. Sunday.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. And people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. 3rd down here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And throw right side complete to Parker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
380.
On play action, it's Bortles. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Now Bortles to try again after the pick six. Looking deep for DeMaria. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Hang in there now.
They'll run it with Sproles. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 32 that time.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket. Completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while. And at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77. So now, and this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's all the way up across the 40. And down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Bortles now on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Wentz going to throw. A dump off to Sproles. Space to run past the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a big...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. So after the INT, it's Bortles trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. From the gun, it's Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Sunday. 380.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking long for Westbrook. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
380.
Bortles now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Run left.
Now a play fake. Bortles. Flush to his right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Run. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He dropped an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bortles. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Let's see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Demaryius Thomas, his 1st touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Throwing is Bortles. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Golden Tate is really effective when he runs slant routes, and it's a little different from what I normally see with guys. typically that slant route is those big body guys, isn't it, partner? You see those guys run inside, and it's hard for people to get through them. I think Golden Tate wins on his slant routes with sheer speed and audacity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Play action to Sproles. Wins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
Now wins. And the third down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10, just shy of the 30. Shotgun now for Bortles. Forced out to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
That's right. 11.
On second down, here's Bortles. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. Hey, spread right. Snap. Hey, 54 Ricky. Set. 380.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Lucy.
On first and 10, here's Bortles. Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to sack him. And that is 10 for him now on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
372.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. And pressure gets to him again. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags.
380.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Michael Bennett in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And once again, they go with Sproles. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On play action. Wentz. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Here's Bortles to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
380. 380. Hey, spread left. Spread left. Sunday. Lucy.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Bortles. It's complete to Graham. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
To throw is Bortles. Steps away to his left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up the 1st down with a nice throw.
20! Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And he is out of bounds downs, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They give him a gain of 38. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, this is Kelly. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags are an extra point away from taking the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Well, he is out of bounds inside the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 21. So the drive starts with Rob Kelly. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
380.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, spread left. Spread left. Hey, 380.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And after the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. This will be caught at about the 6. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Murray the lone setback. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Short kick. One of the up men will take it down. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Philadelphia, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.